Hello, welcome to the Mobile Revolutionary Series. My name's Eric, and we have Tanya here. We're going to wait just about 60 seconds before we start to let others join, but we'll be here for just a minute, and then we'll start up. So thank you, everybody who joined on time. We're going to give, like I said, everyone about 60 seconds for us to start, and then we'll start up. So again, thanks everybody for joining. All right, I see a few more people have joined. Why don't we get started? I just want to welcome everybody to our Mobile Revolutionary Series. And really what this is this really a chance for us to meet with the community, to share stories, tips, trends of things that we see that are going on in the mobile industry, things that are going on with gaming and in related. My name is Eric Ashby. I'm the Director of Product at HelpShift. I'm joined here with Tanya. She'll be talking about Discord and some of the things that we've done today. And so, Tanya, would you just give a quick introduction about yourself, and then we'll get started.
Sure. Thanks, Eric. So, hi, I'm Tanya, and I'm product manager at HelpShift. And today, I'm really excited to talk to you guys about what Discord is and how can you leverage it for support. Hope it's worth your while and we are able to answer most of your questions.
Yeah, thanks. And thanks, Tanya. And just so everyone understands how this is the session is going to be, it's really going to be just an open discussion between Tanya and I, and also with you. We'd like to have you engaged. And so one of the things we did is we opened up a Discord server. If you haven't gotten on, please do get on. You'll see that I'm there, and I'll be taking questions through the Discord server, so you can ask there, and we'll do that. We'll kind of use that as the way that we'll collaborate, and then I'll just ask Tanya these questions, and we'll just walk through that. We're definitely seeing a lot of interest around Discord out in the industry. It's one of the top gaming social gaming platforms where players like to get together. They like to talk about the game, and it's often described as the second screen. And so as players are up there, playing the game on the console or on the PC or on their phone or things like that, they'll have Discord going on the side so that they can interact with that. And we're going to talk about Discord. We're going to get into it, take a look at some examples about how Discord is being used. And of course, we're going to talk quite a bit about using it for customer service to engage your customers that way. Before you do, though, I do want to talk a little bit about HelpShift, who we are, what we do, and kind of the interest there. So we are a mobile gaming platform. So what we provide is we provide support for in-app experiences for customer service. And and if you think about, like, if you're playing a game on a mobile phone and you hit a problem, or you have a question, or want to know about a purchase, the worst thing to do is to leave the game to go to a website or things like that, because now you're out of the game, you've disengaged. And so what we do is we allow the players to stay in the game, have a conversation with the support agents, and it's over messaging, so it respects their time, and allows the player basically to engage with the company to get their problem resolved, and then get back to doing what they want to do, which is playing. We're on around 2 billion devices already today. We're in a lot of the major games: Pokemon Go, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, PUBG. A lot of the big producers out there: Tencent, Supercell, Niantic. These are the vendors that or the publishers that use us. So, but what we've been seeing is Discord grow over the years, and it's starting to be used for a lot of things, including customer service. So that's what we're going to really talk about today. And so with that, Tanya, I'm going to just ask you a few questions about about this kind of what we're seeing here. And why don't we just start with Discord? What is Discord? And why are we seeing this? So I'll leave it there. Tell us about Discord.
Sure. Thanks, Eric. So, like HelpShift, even Discord was born in the gaming world. So it is more of a social community platform where people of same interest all across the globe get together, discuss tips and strategies about the game, or share any issues that they have, and they're highly engaged on this particular platform. Let me just show you how it looks like. So here, if you see, there are various different domains in which you can, join a community in, but gaming being the largest one. There are gaming servers which have more than 500K members. So it's huge. And here on the left, you see these are the different servers that I've joined. Each server is nothing but a community sharing a common interest. For example, this particular community or server is for Brawl Stars game. And all the people who enjoy playing or talking about it are part of this server. Here on the left are different channels people can be part of. Here is all the discussion that happens. And on the right, you can see all the members and the server moderators who moderate the server or control what's being talked upon here. Now, given that there are about 850 million messages exchanged over Discord every day, brands saw an opportunity of connecting with their avid gamers and engage them more so that they can ultimately become their promoters. So now we have a lot of brand-controlled servers on Discord.
So that's
As
interesting.
You can see here, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that was interesting that you talked about brand-controlled servers, and it just got me thinking. So there's two different types of servers out there. Then there's servers that are not controlled by brands, and then there's servers that are controlled by brands. Just walk me through that a little bit. So.
Yeah, so for example, there could be a player ambassador or a individual gamer who likes to influence people with his or her content. So they create their servers and people join it to talk about a lot of different games or consume or share the content that particular server owner is sharing. But then there are also servers like these, for example, Clash of Clans, which the publishers have created or are managing it so that they can share the official announcements or get feedback directly from the players, launch beta programs, or even host gaming events. So yeah, to summarize, yes, there are two types of servers.
Yeah. And so I get it. So the brands they basically are controlled by the brands so that they can use it to, like you said, to promote these people that are interested in the game, to make their announcements and in things like that. So why would a brand even take the time to do this? And I'm going to ask this before we talk about support. We're obviously seeing more brands do this. What's the value to the brands to do this then?
So for the brands, they are going where their players are, right? So their players are talking about their game or their brand every minute. There are millions of messages being exchanged. So brands want to be there, basically control what kind of information is being passed on to those to their valuable players. Promos, have marketing events around the game, and not just even support, right? It could be anything under the sun which relates to the game. Also, like these brands have started, uh, creating events, and then they hand out, prizes or promos, which kind of create ambassadors for their games, which in turn promote their game and kind of increase LTV or get in more revenue or give them more growth.
Interesting. Interesting. So, and of course,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've started to see support. So let's talk about support on Discord. What have you seen, and what's interesting about doing support within Discord?
So within Discord, like there are a lot of use cases which are coming up for support. For example, if someone wants to, file bugs or give feedback to a developer or about a new launch, or report a player or fraud, or maybe they've just lost their gaming account and they're not able to log in. So these are some of the different cases where someone might want to reach out to official support and get more information. So
Yeah.
here, if you see, this is Disney Sorcerer's Arena. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, yeah, I wanted to see some examples. So this is a good
Go ahead,
example.
Eric.
Yeah, I just wanted to see some examples. So this is really good.
Yeah.
If you could show me some.
Yeah. So this is Disney Sorcerer's Arena server, wherein they have different channels. For example, bugs and issues is to report any bug uh, to uh, to the brand. They can also provide suggestions and feedback, and not just in English language, but they have different groups wherein even local language is being supported. So people who
Hmm.
speak only German can probably just join this particular channel and give their suggestions or report bugs using this.
Yeah, that seems kind of tough though. You've got multiple languages going on here, and you've got all these all these different players, and it's kind of an open space. What's some of the challenges that you have seen when trying to do support over over Discord?
Yeah, as I said, like there's so many volume of messages that is being sent each minute, and there are a handful of people who are just managing the server. It becomes really difficult for them to give prompt reply or guide them to the right information quickly. And also, like not everyone can know so many languages. So multi-language support and handling volume and scale are one of the biggest challenges while providing support on Discord.
Yeah, and everybody's there, right? So everyone kind of sees the conversation
Yeah.
that's going on. So, I imagine that if someone were to say, "Hey, look, I'm having this problem," and if either the moderator or whoever's responsible for responding doesn't respond right away, like within a few seconds, then everyone else will start jumping on. You'll have other players that'll be like, "Hey, have you tried doing this, or have you tried doing this, or what about this, or what about that?" And that might be okay. Like I mean it might be okay that you have these other people
Yeah.
jumping in there trying to help, but it's not controlled by the brand. Like there may be an official, yes, we know that this is a problem, here's what it is. And so the brand really has to staff this up appropriately, in addition to taking care of everybody else that all the other channels that they have. And so I think there's there's a concern about like how much would it really take, or whether or not you just like let the community deal with it, which doesn't sound like a very safe option either. So all right, well I think that's all very interesting. Obviously we're having this session because HelpShift has recently announced their their support for Discord. So why don't you take us through that and tell me what's unique about what HelpShift can do, and then I guess we'll walk through some examples. Also for everybody who is online right now, I've been watching the Discord channel. It's been great. There's been some things that have been posted there. If you have any questions, you can post them there, or you can actually do Q&A in the thing. So by all means, ask any questions. We'll take them. This is intended to be a live experience. So Tanya, why don't you jump into showing us a little bit about what HelpShift can do on Discord?
Yeah, let's dive right into it. So this is a demo server that we created for today's webinar. So here, if you notice, it's structured pretty much the same way. And what we have here is a help shift support bot. Though it seems like just one bot, and but based on how many workflows you attach to it in the backend, it can do or handle a lot many use cases. So let's go into bugs and issues, and let's just try filing a bug report. So either I can, what I can do is either I can tag this particular bot in this channel. So for instance, let's say we were having discussion about an issue and then I realize I need official support. So I can just come here and tag this bot and start talking to it. Or else I can also, direct message this bot and I can talk to this bot privately. So let's say I just tag this bot and say hi. And here I get, I say, I'm going to send the bug. So in the backend, if you see what really happened when I tagged that bot is, so this is the help shift console, wherein all the tickets are logged. And here, if you see, I tagged the bot, and now I can, file a bug.
Interesting. So Tanya, when I'm looking at this, go back to the experience for just a second. When I was looking at this, I noticed that it went directly into a direct message, and I'm assuming that we have this set up for just some quick demos. So we have some pre-built bots that can run. But why did it move over to a direct message? Explain to me why that happened, because that was interesting that it went over to do that.
Yeah, so this is by design. So while discussing issues, there could be some sensitive information that the player might want to share with the official support team, like choices they've made or what their player IDs are, or other information like that. So instead of it being visible publicly, so we just move over the conversation to a direct message, and the player and the support team can continue the chat in the direct message.
Got it. So that happens that you're able to do that. Great. What was the thing that triggered this specific bot to happen? Because I know other people have been doing that. We actually have a couple specific demos. So what specifically triggered the bug bot to run?
Yeah, sorry. I think my screen share's off. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
So if you notice, what I did was I said that I want to file a bug, and the bot said, bot is asking for my confirmation that is it really that, do I really want to file a bug or not?
Got it.
So it understood, what I was trying to say, and then triggered a particular, bot workflow from the backend.
Got it.
So let's see how, this workflow is.
Okay.
Eric, you have something else on your mind?
Yeah, I was just asking that because a couple other people were also creating tickets at the same time, and I'm not too sure they typed in the right thing that would start a bug, and so I just didn't know what they did. When we do the agent experience, I'm sure we can resolve and respond back to those other tickets at the same time. So, all right, so this is great. So you've showed that you had a thing here. It triggered off the fact that they said I want to file a bug. And then that started the bug conversation and went from there. So that's really, really good. Do you have any other scenarios that you wanted to show us? Maybe something a little bit more complex.
Sure. So let's just see how this bug report is fully automated first. So I confirm that it's a bug report that I want to file, and I just say, let's say my screen is freezing. that's it. I was able to file the bug like that quickly. And in the back end, it kind of resolved the issue, but it can be probably, integrated with the Jira or some other tool where the developers can look at it and, you know, uh, fix that particular bug. Now, I would also like to show you one interesting thing. Let's say I try to file the bug in Spanish. So what I can do is this in Spanish basically means I want to file a bug. And let's just see what happens. So in the back end, again, a ticket will be filed with this. And if you notice, HelpShift automatically detected the language to be Spanish. So HelpShift has AI capabilities which, based on the user message, can distinguish, or kind of identify which language the person is trying to talk in. So the previous bug that I filed was in English, but this one is in Spanish. So here, this is the bot replied, in Spanish. And I'll just quickly file the bug report. Yep.
Well,
so
and the responses are all in Spanish.
Provides multi-language. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the responses are all in Spanish, so that's great.
All the responses. Yes. Yeah. And one other scenario I think we can walk through, which is more complicated than this, is when the bug a bot can help me collect some information, but then ultimately I need to talk to an agent. So let's say a complex scenario could be I have a purchase issue. So let's say I have a purchase problem.
I think you said a purchase.
Yeah, I just typed it wrong. My bad.
Yeah.
Oops.
So basically you had a different bot pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a different bot that picked up my issue. And let me just quickly show you what that bot does and what that workflow is. On the end user, it will be pretty similar to how we had a previous conversation. But what we do is basically we have bots and we can attach workflows to it. So the first question, I get whether my purchase problem was on iOS or Android. And based on what user selects as an option, the solutions can branch out in different ways. And also ultimately, I can just assign, the bot can hand over to an agent so that, agent can take care of the more complex problem, which cannot be, automated.
Yeah, so I think what had happened is, so based on what you typed here, and there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. I'm assuming that you had it based on them typing in purchase, then it would start that bot. But we also have the AI. You can actually train AI so that would automatically go down there. Why don't you resolve this issue, and then we can start it again, because I want to show that bot working.
Yeah.
So.
Sure. Let's try and do that. Let me just quickly refresh my screen. So this is another kind of workflow, and I'll just resolve this one, and we'll go to the bot workflow that we just showed. So Eric, why don't you start a issue and I can show.
Oh, sure, absolutely,
how
absolutely.
It's working in the backend.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think you just have a number of open issues that you need to respond to.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let me do that in the time.
So I'm sending a thing that says, "Help shift support. Hi, I have a purchase issue."
Cool. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can basically sort these issues by the latest one. I see Gabriel sending some texts.
Yeah. Why don't you respond back to Gabriel right now?
I see there's, yeah, sure. Yeah. And here I see that you have raised the ticket wherein you
Yep.
have reported a purchase issue.
That is correct. And that's mine right there.
Yeah. Cool. And I can see that you are dad man.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So, Eric, are you responding to the bot's questions?
Yep. I'm going to respond right now.
Okay. Let me know when you're done.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
I
I just had
see
to move over
that
to
you made a purchase on iOS, and could you enter your purchase date?
Yep. I just entered my purchase date.
Cool. Awesome. So I'm your agent, and I see that you made a purchase on iOS, and it was 24 hours ago. Since we have different policies for when the purchase was made from Apple, so I quickly, just drafted the response, uh, and I'll just send it over, and let me know if it.
Yep. I did. And I just got it. And I'll say, great.
Great. So,
Okay.
Eric, like since we've already gone through how this works in the backend, could you now share your screen to show how the experience was for you? Would you like to
Absolutely.
do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just share my screen really quickly.
Sure. Stop sharing.
And I'm going to do.
Okay.
Actually, the problem is my screen is so big. I don't know if you can share a portion of the screen. Actually, you can share a specific window. So I'm just going to share my Discord.
Yeah.
And you can now see. You can see when this came in. You can see that it said, what was the thing, and it was here in my direct messages. So I had to open up my direct messages, and then I responded back with, one, that was iOS, and then went through the bot 2010, and then the agent jumped in and responded. And of course, I'm giving you a 5-star for for the great support. So. And so that was actually really nice because I was able to quickly go in and see it. I'm going to stop my share now.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and actually there was one other thing. There's a number of people that have been doing this. Let me just share my screen just real quickly. One other thing I'll just show you. I'm going to share my. Actually, if you go back in, Tanya, and share your screen, you can show them. I created a smart view that shows all the active conversations going on, so you can see all the ones that are waiting to be seen. So,
sure, let's do that. It's a smart view. Oh, so many tickets to resolve.
Yeah. So the smart view actually makes. Yeah, exactly. The smart view makes it easy for you to see who is there. So why don't you just respond quickly to these people so that they can actually see it working within theirs. So.
Yeah.
And typically that's what you would do is if you had you create a smart view just to show the ones that were coming in from Discord, and so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can also put a filter, for the platform.
Yeah.
So the platform from which the issue is coming is Discord. So here, these are all the issues. So,
all right. Well, great. Thank you, Tanya, for showing us the demo and showing us what you can do here. I know we went a little bit sideways because we needed to we didn't have the smart view there, but typically you would have that, so it's really easy to see which ones were there. So speaking of that, to set it up, how hard is it to actually set up Discord to kind of get HelpShift to do all of this?
So it's actually pretty simple. So all you have to do is follow 5 to 6 steps and the bot can be up and running. And then just tell us, which app or which server basically you want that bot to be connected, and which basically app in HelpShift do you want that bot to be connected with. And we do it in the backend. We set up the integration for you, and that's it. It's pretty simple. You don't need any technical knowledge to do it. You just need to follow a bunch of steps.
Yeah. And then once set up, you can to set up the bots to run. You could either base that on specific words, or you can base that on AI, like having Predict or something like that would say, oh, I see that they're talking about a refund or something like that, and then that would then determine what it has. And then you would have a default path like we had today where an agent could get involved if needed. So it looks like you have kind of those options. You can have a bot respond, or you can have an agent respond, and then of course the different languages.
Yeah.
So, so tell me, I know.
So Eric, you brought up an interesting point. Sorry. So you brought up an interesting point. So Predict, like our product, AI-based product, which can help classify or identify the intent with which the user is filing the ticket. So automatically, the intent can be identified and a particular bot workflow can be attached to that issue.
Okay. So actually, one of the questions that came up on the experience then is, as the replies come through from the person who is in Discord, it all appears as if it's coming from the bot in Discord, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and what is the?
And that is because in the backend. Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Tell us. No, I was going to ask you.
Yeah. So in the backend, it could be like anyone. It could be a bot. It could be a person. that the person could be on HelpShift or like even Salesforce, because HelpShift can integrate with Salesforce and the agent could be sitting there. So for the end user, it's just one experience that he's just talking to bot who is helping him or her resolve the issues.
Got it. Got it. So it gets aggregated from the player's point of view, is that they see that they're talking to, in this case, HelpShift support. Of course, Discord classifies that as a bot, but then the entire system back there, whether it's a real bot or an agent or someone in Salesforce or an automated FAQ response or whatever, it's still all coming through that same channel. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. All right, great. You did talk about Salesforce, and so just briefly, what is you can actually use this with other CRMs out there, not just HelpShift?
Yeah. So what's great about HelpShift is that you can still have the end user experience that we provide, but in the back end, your ticketing system could be any CRM, and you can easily integrate with it. Salesforce being one, or it could be Zendesk, or other popular CRMs that are out there. So your agents could actually be using Salesforce to handle or tackle those tickets, but for your end user, the experience would be something like we just talked about.
Okay, great. Well, Tanya, I think that's those were kind of the questions that I had about it. I think that gives a really good, a good understanding of kind of what you can do with this, and you can see that you can automate this process. It's instant, it's immediate, it's secure, because it automatically goes over to the direct messaging. It's in this conversation mode, so it's not like a live chat where they have to sit there and wait for the response. It's going to do that, and it's done international, and all of this is automatic. It's not like you had to set up a channel for international or whatever. They just come in whatever language they want, and and it just happens. So I think that the concept of being able to bring on a channel like this, but bring it on safely because you can have this automated, is really important. So, is there any other summary things that you wanted to say before we take any remaining questions from the audience?
I think we can take some more questions from the audience and then probably summarize.
Yeah, so I'm going to open it up. I think there was a question in the inbox about a private note on the ticket. It says the user is on level 97. Can you tell me kind of how what is the information that the agent gets to see with this? And because I think that's actually really interesting.
Cool. So let me share my screen again.
And this is where kind of these channels become really, really, kind of being able to have this versus, say, a web chat or an email where you don't know this information. So.
Yeah, totally. So what we have is, let's say the username the person is having on Discord. And also there's some metadata that we collect. So for example, in the backend, I just, connected this particular server to this HelpShift app. And also I collect whether it was a private message or it was, sent in a public channel. What is the server name? What was the channel through which the user contacted me? And ultimately, you could also, base your workflows on which channel the person is contacting you through.
That's interesting.
And of course, the language. Yeah.
And then, since go back to the conversation.
And
first,
one more point to note.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Let me open Gabriel's ticket itself. Sorry. Yeah. Here.
Yeah. So the
So Eric, what would you like to see here?
Oh no, I just wanted to I wanted to say the metadata, but the other thing I wanted to point out is that the identity of what they're coming in from Discord. So you have that. And so, if you have a CRM where you have matched up their Discord identity or these other identities, you can also pull whatever player information that you want into this conversation. You can have it, populated with things like that. So, so that's, I think, really interesting, the fact that you have this.
Yeah. So Eric, you actually made a very good point. So in HelpShift, we also have API bots. So what these API bots can do is, based on certain parameters, they can help you pull information from different systems. And hence, like if you already have a link with this Discord ID with, other player ID information in your CRM, you can quickly get, what level the player is on, or how many purchases that player has made in the past, and so on. But just in case, you don't have that kind of system in place. So as a solution, what we've also tried to do is, for this particular player, you can also get their email ID. And let's say I got this email ID from the user, and this is the email ID that they kind of refer to on other channels as well. For example, on web chat or, in-app support. And once I link this particular email ID, so if there are, issues linked with this email on other platforms, they'll start showing here in other issues.
Wow. So now you took their Discord ID, and now you've linked it with all of their other issues that they have, and so now you've joined the two. Wow, that's powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then if you have other data about them, then you can see that this person's actually contacting you other ways. So, all right, that's great. Yeah. So we have a question, and I'll take this, but I'll read the question out loud so that you know it. It's about the bots, and they're like, what if they have different games, they have different servers, and they have different bots? Can you actually use those bots across the different servers and things like that? And so, I'll just explain that. Tanya, you can see if I have it right. So for every server that you have, you can create a connection into HelpShift, and within the Discord, it looks like one bot. You see the bot there. So, but if they have two servers, you can set up two connections. Is that right? Tanya, you can actually have a connection to each server. Yeah. And so
that's absolutely right, Eric.
Right. So then once you have the connection to that server, all of the HelpShift bots that you have ever created are now available on both of those. So you just create a bug bot. The bug bot is there. You create a refund bot. You can create a troubleshooting bot, a connectivity bot, whatever bots that you create in HelpShift. All of those are available on all channels. It's just based on which one that you have triggered. And so that's what's nice about kind of this one entry point. Like here, you can see the HelpShift support that Tanya had created, is that it then aggregates all of those other services behind it. You don't have to keep on creating all of those other connections. You just solve it once, and then you can deploy it across whatever servers, different servers that you want. And then, of course, you can control that. You can say, okay, this bot is only available here, it's only available there, things like that. But you actually have that ability, and then you can track it too. You can track what server it came through, what channel it was on, and things like that. So great. Well, we're up at
another.
Go on, Tanya.
Eric, just another point I would like to make is, one problem that we saw, if you have the same bot, added to same Discord bot added to different servers. So, for example, I was interacting with this bot. Now I am on this particular server, and then I'm on this particular server as well. So if you add the same bot in all of your servers and you have conversations going on in all those servers, it could be an issue that, you start getting messages in the same DM, but from different servers, and it could be really confusing for the end user. Hence, like, we have designed it in a way that you can, create a separate unique connection for each server that you're adding
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. And they can also name them differently too. So it's really makes it clear for the user that, hey, you're talking to this one versus that one. Because in the DMs, they're all just there. So, all right. Well, that's great, Tanya. Thank you for your time. Thank you, everybody who was on for questions. We'll leave the Discord server up for a little bit, so if people have some additional questions, we can check over the next couple of days if you have some follow up. But really, Tanya, I think this is great. I think it brings together these other screens into kind of into the fold, so you can support them through your traditional support capabilities. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Tanya, any parting words before we go?
Yeah, thanks everyone for your time. And if you like to know more about HelpShift or Discord in particular, you can request for a demo. Or if you are an existing customer, you can contact your success manager and they'll help you get in contact with us. So thanks. Have a good day, good evening. Take care.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.